trombone choir. So we're going to start today, and they're going to play Let It Be, Moon River, and Jurassic Park. Okay, Let It Be's in two. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to get ready. 1, 2, ready. my name is Joe Radley. I'm the conductor of the Greenbelt Community Band. I think we have a really good program between the band and the orchestra today, so I think you're going to have a very enjoyable day. So for our first piece, we're going to play a piece called Choose Joy. I believe I was told it's the 200th anniversary of the Ninth Symphony. Okay, there's a trivia question for you. So anyway, we're going to play a piece now called Choose Joy. Well, for time constraints, because we have another smaller group after this, and I know the orchestra's going to play. So I know you were just dying to hear Moana. Don't yell at me if we run over. Go on. Go on. It was like I didn't say moved up faster. You guys were so...
Welcome everyone. My name is Seth Glavin. I'm the assistant director in the orchestra. Welcome everybody. Just heard Copeland. We're going to hear a lot of different styles and different orchestration because the next two pieces that I will be conducting are for the strings only. We'll start with a couple of sea shanties, as it says in the program. This is by a contemporary composer named John Mock, who grew up in New England, and these are based on a cappella or sung shanties that are arranged for string orchestra. And after that, those two movements, you will hear work that is part of a larger work by the English composer Kameryn, whose dates are 1848 to 1918. And Kameryn is not very well known, but he's a very, very important person. He was one of the first to contribute to the new Grove music of British music. He was friends with Grove, and he also took over for Grove as the president of the Royal Conservatory of Music late in the 19th century. As well, he really revived a renaissance of English music. English music was thought to have been, what it was, influenced greatly by the Germans, such as Mendelssohn. And Kameryn finally moved it more toward an English style, and among his students were Gustav Holst and Ralph Vaughan Williams, among others. So we'll start with the sea shanties, and we'll follow that with the frolic.
so good to see you all. Welcome to this performance featuring the Greenbelt Orchestra. This is the conclusion of our first ever season. Thank you to the Greenbelt Concert Band for their wonderful performance, also for letting us use their nice music stands and percussion, and also even this great podium. So I see some concert people out there. Thank you very much. This is just our first year of the Greenbelt Orchestra, but the concert band is a long-established tradition. So if we're lucky, we'll be able to be around as long as them. So we have something really special for you coming up right now. First, before I tell you about that, I want to let you know that if you're interested in helping us grow this orchestra and continue this orchestra to offer free concerts, no one here is getting paid or paying anything. This is a volunteer effort. We're just trying to share this music with you, the members of our community, and we love doing it. In our program, there's a little QR code, and if you'd like to make a little donation and support the orchestra, we'd be very grateful for that. And if you have any questions about further supporting the orchestra, please see myself or Anne or one of our board members. So, this piece of music that we are going to perform for you is the film score that Aaron Copland wrote for a documentary film called The City that came out in 1939. And it is really incredible music. And there's someone who I'm going to introduce to tell us a little bit more about the film. And that is Megan Young, the director of the Greenbelt Museum. So,
thanks everyone. I'll keep this short. I just want to provide a little context for the amazing music you're about to hear. How many of you have seen the film The City? Okay, good number. Good. Well, if you haven't seen it, you really must. It's available on YouTube. It's free. You just do a search for it, The City documentary, 1939, and it will come up. It was a film that was commissioned by the American Planning Association to be shown at the 1939 World's Fair in New York City, outside New York City. And their goal really was to put on film a justification and an effort to support planning, city planning. And the film was actually made in the summer of 1938, and it was partially filmed right here in Greenbelt. The idea for the film actually came from a woman named Kameryn who considered herself, she called herself a houser, and she was a passionate, fierce advocate for public housing. Her idea had been to actually build some demonstration housing at the World's Fair, cost and time prevented that, so then she suggested the idea of doing a documentary film. And that's really how the film came about. The group was able to hire some of the best documentarians of the era, and they certainly were taking cues from some of the documentaries that were being produced in Europe between the wars. So the film, as I said, was partially filmed here in Greenbelt in the summer of 1938. We have some wonderful oral histories of people who participated in the filming. Apparently all the young men would line up and jockey for positions so that they could get the 50 cents a day that they were going to be paid to be in the film. It's a film that's so important that it's now actually taught in university courses and college courses about documentaries. So I really encourage you all to go see it. The score, as you heard, was by Aaron Copland, and it's incredibly significant because the way the film is put together, there are long periods where there's no narration, and in some of those periods, that's when the music comes in, and it actually functions almost like another character or it's beyond just setting the scene. It really makes the film in a lot of ways. I'm very pleased and thank you for the opportunity to talk about it. And I encourage you all to take a watch too. Thank you.
Year by year, our cities grow more complex and less fit for living. The age of rebuilding is here. We must remold our old cities and build new communities that are suited to our needs. Inventions, power, black out the past, forget the quiet cities, bring in the steam and steel, the Iron Men, the giants. Open the throttle, all aboard, the promised land. Pillars of smoke by day, pillars of fire by night, pillars of progress. Machines to make machines, production to expand production. There's wood and wheat, kitchen sinks and calico already made in tons and carload lots. Enough for tens, thousands, millions, millions. Faster and faster, better and better. It don't make us any happier to know there's millions like us living here on top of it. There's prisons where a guy suffering crime can get a better place to live in than we can give our children. Smoke makes prosperity, they tell you here, no matter if you choke on it. We got to face life in these shafts and alleys. We got to let our children take their chances with rickets, typhoid, TB, and worse. They draw a blank, the kids. They have no business here. This is no man's land. This slag heat wasn't meant for them. There's poison in the air we breathe. There's poison in the river. The fog and smoke below rise up and choke us. Don't tell us that this is the best you can do to build these cities. Who built this place? What put us here? How do we get out again? We're asking, just asking. We might as well stay in the mills and call that home. They're just as fit to live in. We mine the coal, load the furnace, roll the steel, drive the rivets. We lock the bolts on the assembly line, lucky if we have the chance to keep a job from day to day, from month to month. The dirty work alone don't get us down. We're not ashamed to handle coal and iron all the way from mine shaft to skyscrapers. We turn out cars and tractors we're mighty proud of, same as you. How does that make sense with this? We never get the gritty feel out of our nose, our eyes, our lungs. We never get a chance to see how blue the sky can be unless the mills are all shut down. Smoke makes prosperity, they say. Does this mean there's no way out for us? There must be something better. Why can't we have a decent home? money, you make a pile and raise a pile, and that makes another pile for you. Follow the crowd, we've reached 1 million, 2 million, 5 million. Watch us grow, going up. It's new, it's automatic, it seals, sterilizes, stamps, and delivers in one operation without human hand. What am I bid? What am I offered? Sold! Who's next? The people, yes! Follow the crowd to the Empire City, the Wondrous City, the Windy City, the Fashion City, the people, yes! The people, perhaps. Yes, Smith, who's on call? Dr. Nicholas on call. Dr. Nicholas, pressure foot in the ward. Get Dr. Liebman on second call. Another street case, compound fracture of the tibia. Can't locate Dr. Liebman. Try the 8th floor. Compound fracture of the tibia. Crushed leg, arterial supply gone. Amputated above the knee. Tacky weight down. Swiss on white. 2 combo rye, Russian. Coming now. 2 combo rye, Russian. Western one up. Third one. car and head out into the east of the countryside for a picnic. At least, we try to, but everybody has the same idea. Science takes flight at last for human goals. This new age builds a better kind of city, close to the soil once more, as molded to our human needs as planes are made for speed. New cities take form, green cities. They're built into the countryside. They're ringed with trees and fields and gardens. New cities are not allowed to grow and overcrowd beyond the size that makes them fit for living in. The new city is organized to make cooperation possible between machines and men and nature. Each has its place. The sun and air and open green are part of the design. Safe streets and quiet neighborhoods are not just matters of good luck. They're built into the pattern, built to stay there. The motor parkways weave together city and countryside. A million people spread in a dozen or two open cities are free to move about much faster than if they're jammed together in one overcrowded center. These townless highways go around the town, not through. Once started, nothing stops you until you're there. Traffic relief flows along. 40 miles an hour is faster here than 70. Stop and go, and stop. Science turns on new currents. Invisible forces carry speech and images. We grapple with brute force and chaos. Who shall we master, things or men? At last, men take command. Power flashes from pinheads to rapid screens across the region. It flows from powerhouses to sunlit factories and laboratories. Here, science serves the worker and the work together, making machines more automatic and the men who govern them more human. Factories are set apart from living quarters. They're close to rail and motor roads with spaces spread out in. Light industries are near at hand. The heavy ones are set apart. People can even walk to work and have their lunch at home sometimes, just like the kids. This is no suburb where the lucky peoples play living in the country. This kind of city spells cooperation. Wherever doing things together means cheapness or efficiency or better living. Each house is grouped with other houses close to the school, the public meeting hall, the movies, and the markets. Around these green communities, a belt of public land preserves their shape forever. The children need the earth for playing and growing. Bringing the city into the country, bringing the parks and gardens back into the city, never letting cities grow too big to manage, never pushing the meadows, fields, and woods too far away. This works as well for modern living as once it did in old New England times. You take your choice. Each one is real, each one is possible. Shall we sink deeper into old grooves, paying for light with human misery? Or have we vision? Have we courage? Shall we build and rebuild our cities clean again, close to the earth, open to the sky? Can we afford the house in the neighborhood, a city as good as this for everyone? Maybe the question is, can we afford all this disorder? The hospitals, the jails, the reformatories, the wasted years of childhood. These are future citizens, voters, lawmakers, mothers, fathers. If you're bent on having human beings grow up to human height, alive in every nerve and muscle, you have to make the city fit to grow them in. You grow a garden well or build a city by taking thought, day in and day out. It's not just luck and accident that makes the difference. It's choice and willingness. You take your choice. Each one is real, each one is possible. Order has come, order and life together. We've got the skill, we've found the way. We build the cities. All that we know about machines and soils and raw materials and human ways of living is waiting. We can reproduce the pattern and better it 1,000 times. It's here, a new city, ready to serve a better age, you and your children. The choice